Okay, so what I'm going to do is I stopped and got gas here at the Shell station, and what I'm going to do is mount the camera. I put the GPS away for a minute, and we'll do a quick little tour of Rosebud, Texas, as viewed from an Ninja 250. Pretty sure that this may have been a railroad right away at one time, because I don't see a railroad here. But you know that when this town was founded, that was it. They had one. They would not have been this big. This station right here is interesting. It's got I'll see if I can get the look at the logos. Old Texaco station with a molded-in logo. It probably dates to the 20s. Now swing around and get a picture of that. And there's their city hall there, right across the way. Let's get a picture of this. Hope you can see the old Texaco logo on this little station here. And again, this sure looks like maybe where the railroad is, but we may find a real railroad, but it had to been very near here at one time. And down there's downtown Rosebud, and we'll proceed down there now. Got some potholes. They've got some potholes here in Rosebud, but they got a pretty housing area here. Very pretty. There's the Baptist. Done. Old Charlie here has done a wonderful job of restoring this little gas station. I mean, you got to call it, I don't know what else to call it, but a restoration. Look at the roof. Look at the kind of gingerbread there under the roof, and the brick is all clean. And Charlie just really deserves a pat on the back. Charlie, you did a great job restoring this old gas station to be your tire store. Excellent, good work, Charlie. There's the old school down there. I'm sure that's what they live in. Now it's a museum. funeral home. Keep that big cemetery. Savings and Loan isn't there anymore. Horrible building there. A main store grocery store now. Big storage business. Nice red brick. This is probably a bank at one time. And check this out. All my YouTube friends who live in England or other places where you are a subject, you know, and you have to do what the Queen tells you whether you like it or not because you're just a subject. But here in Texas anyway, if not the rest of the United States, we're still citizens in Texas. Maybe Michigan and New York State, they've joined you nice folks in the UK as being just subjects of nanny state. But here in Texas, we can buy, sell, and trade our guns. And it's commonly done. Look, that's the antique store and armory. Isn't that cool? And you know that stained glass? I bet some of that stained glass comes from England, because I know that in England a lot of churches go out of business there because the population there is rapidly kind of unchurching. And you can buy the stained glass out of the old churches there, and I've seen that done many times when I lived there, and that was a long time ago. And I'm sure that process has accelerated. The Rosebud News is, I don't think any longer in business. Maybe they are, but it looks like they are going. They beat the New York Times to the graveyard, but probably not by much. We need reporters, but we don't need newspapers anymore. I don't know if you can see it, but there's beautiful old metal fittings on this. It's got to be date to the 20s or earlier. And across the street, there's no sign on that building. Let me see if I can unzoom here a little bit. But someone has done a magnificent job of restoring 314 and 324 Main Street in Rosebud, Texas. This is just beautiful. It looks like they're brand new. I don't know. That looks like it might be a restaurant there. There's a sign. I can't read the sign, like a pub sign hanging from it. But whoever did that loves this place, because there's probably no economic justification for that. There's a Ben Franklin, you may have noticed. Ben Franklin's an old 5 and dime store. I hadn't seen one of those in 30 years. And I don't think it's really a Ben Franklin anymore, but it was at one time, obviously. The building there across the street, the top floor windows have all been bricked in. I'm fascinated by those St. Louis, yeah, Something Builders, St. Louis, Missouri, made the metal fittings for the Rosebud News building. Okay, well, let's drive around just a little bit more. There's not much more to see. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like an old 47 pickup in 70, looks like a 73 Corvette. So something LR something Chevrolet in Texas. So this is the Chevrolet dealer, and he certainly has an interesting building. I don't know how original this building is. It does not look original, but he's got a couple old restored cars in there, and some old Chevrolet dealer signs in there. Rosebud Chevrolet. Okay. Well, I think we've pretty much seen all of Rosebud. I don't really see anywhere to eat here, and I'm getting really hungry. I know there's a pizza there, but it looks kind of fishy. So I'm going to put this camera away, put my GPS on, and I'm going to go back to civilization. I can go back on Interstate 35, which is never fun, but get me back there a lot quicker. And I've enjoyed riding to Rosebud. I hope you enjoyed riding with me. This is Jim, and I live in Texas.